Welcome to this mini session on the marketing module. The first thing we'll do is navigate to that marketing module by clicking on that left-hand panel. Then we'll go ahead and create a new session using that Create New button. Our first campaign will be for birthday cards. So we'll go ahead and type in that campaign name. And we want this name to be unique, so we're adding in the month and the year. Then we'll click Create. And when it asks us if we'd like to proceed, we'll go ahead and click Yes. So then we'll find the name of our campaign in this list, highlight it, and then select Edit Details. Next, we'll click on the Selection Criteria option, and under the Primary Filter option, we will select Birthday Cards. Then to add in those dates, we'll double-click in that value column and type in the month and the first date in that range, and then the month and the last date. After entering those dates, we'll either click Enter or click anywhere outside of that field. Then we'll click Execute. So this campaign has found 183 patients. We can then click OK and take a look at the list of those selected patients using that tab. And so here's a list of all of those patients. So here I can see a few of our test patients, such as those stock aids. And here we have a couple test patients. We can remove those using that Add and Remove Manually button below. So we will click on the clinic that they are from, highlight it, and then move those over using the arrow keys. Then we'll click Apply. Okay, and so maybe our clinic has some postcards that we send to our clients on their birthday. So I'm going to go ahead and print some labels for those postcards. First, we'll click Print, and then select our label template, and then click Continue. And so here's a list of all of those patients. We'd be able to print these labels, save them, or download them too, if we were to edit some of these labels. So we'll close out of our labels and move on to our next campaign, which will be a Tested Not Sold campaign. So we'll create that campaign, adding in our month, year, and then clicking Create. Then we'll click Yes that we'd like to proceed. We will then highlight it and select Edit Details. Then we'll go to the Selection Criteria. And from here, we will select that Tested Not Sold primary filter. So below we can enter in those test dates by double-clicking in that value field. So these test dates pull from that Audiology tab. It'll also only pull patients who have a severity listed. So all patients with normal hearing loss will be excluded. We'll take any patients that were tested within the past 5 years, and I'm entering this in year, month, and then date format. Then we can see this Exclude aids purchased after. So I'm going to go ahead and exclude all of those hearing aids that were purchased 4 years ago or sooner. So then after, we'll click Enter and then select Execute. And it looks like they found 154 patients. So we'll go ahead and view that list by clicking on our Selected Patients tab there. This list we will export to Excel, and to do so, we'll go ahead and click Print, select Old Templates, and then under Printing Template, we'll select Campaign Export, and then Continue. So here's our list. We could either print this out as is, or save that as a .csv file. Okay, so we've selected our folder, typed in that file name, and chosen our file type as a .csv. So then we'll go ahead and click Save, and now we could pull up that folder, and then we'll go ahead and open that. So here we can see all of those patients. We can further sort this by selecting our table and then using that sort and filter option. We'll click filter, and maybe we will filter by the city. So we'll sort that from A to Z. We could also do this with any of the other fields, such as the providers. And here we can see some additional information too, such as those hearing aids or the purchase dates. So we'll go ahead and close out. And so our next campaign will be a last aid purchase campaign. We'll go back to our marketing section and create a new campaign. And so we will want to target patients who haven't purchased a hearing aid within the last 4 years. So then we'll click create and yes, and then we'll select edit details. Then we'll click the selection criteria. And under additional filters, we'll go ahead and select our last aid purchase date. So here we have two options, our last aid purchased or the last aid purchased before or never. So this would include any patient who does not have a purchase date on file. We'll go for a narrower criteria and select last aid purchase. Here we have that before operator, and so we'll put in our date as 4 years before January 1st. So 2012-0101, and then hit enter there. So then we'll go ahead and click execute, and it'll show us how many patients were found. We could further narrow this down using any of the other filters as well, such as the location. So we'll go ahead and add that to this campaign. In that patient attribute section, we'll select just those patients from our Weatherfield location, and then re-execute this campaign. Okay, and it narrowed it down a little bit. So we'll take a quick look at those selected patients. And so now if we go to our marketing campaign, maybe we've already generated that letter and we'll go ahead and send that out. We'll also want to show that in this marketing section by clicking send mailing. So then if we go to the sent campaigns, we can campaign here along with the number of members and the date it was sent. By clicking edit details, we can also see the list of all of those patients. This will also show on the patient's file. So let's take a quick look at one of these patients. We will then go to their marketing tab. And here we can see that they were sent that campaign. So then we'll close out of that and go to our next campaign, warranties. So we are hoping to find all patients who have a warranty expiring in January. So we'll go back to our active campaigns tab. We'll click create new. And then click create. And yes, I would like to proceed. Then we'll find that campaign name, highlight it, and select edit details. We can then go to selection criteria. And under primary filters, we'll select that warranty letters. There's also the option to add the age condition or look for those with both the warranty and the L&D warranty dates. And that option also has an age condition too. So if we did select that age condition, it would ask us to put in that purchase date, but for now, we will just use the warranty letters. So then we'll double click in that value column and add in our expiration date using that year, month, and date format, and then hitting enter. We'll then click execute, and 17 patients were found. So then we'll take a quick look at our selected patients tab. And so here we can see a list of all of those patient names, as well as the dates that those are expiring, and then our model names. And so I've already added in a template. I'm going to pull that up now. Okay, and so here we have a template that I've already created. I did this using Word, so here we have that header, some text. We've used the marketing campaign merge field documents to add in a salutation, the patient's last name, and then that auxiliary 1 merge field. So that'll pull in their warranty expiration date. Below, we've enabled this for our provider signature, and then there's a coupon at the bottom too. And so the document on the right is that merge field document for our marketing campaigns. This document can be found on the Blueprint Solutions website. And so if you go to blueprintsolutions.us and then go up to Support and Marketing Resources, it'll bring you to this page with some additional information on the templates, the merge field documents, and then some templates that can be customized for your clinic as well. And so my warranty letter template has already been added into the template section within the setup menu. And so then we'll go ahead and generate those. So I'm going to click Print, select the warranty letter, and then choose my signer, and then click Continue. So here we can see all of those letters. We've got our patient's name, that expiration date, and then our provider's signature. And this will generate for all of those letters there. So then these can be printed, saved, or downloaded into Word. And that brings us to our last campaign. So the final campaign we'll create today is one that finds all patients who have not had a hearing evaluation within the past year. So we'll create a new campaign. And then we'll click Yes. After highlighting that campaign and selecting Edit Details, we'll go to that selection criteria. Under Additional Filters, we can go ahead and select Last Assessment. And then here we also have that Before or Never option. So we could target any patient who does not have an assessment in that audiology tab. I'm going to select that Last Assessment option and target just those who have had an assessment with us but have not had one in the previous year. So then we'll go ahead and click Execute. And it'll let us know that it found 500 patients. So we could further narrow down this search by using the Insurers additional filter. So maybe we're going to customize the letters for clients who have different insurers. So first I'm going to select the Insurer option. And then using this operator equals, I'd be able to select one insurer from my drop-down list. If we go ahead and change that operator from equals to in, and then double-click in that value field, it'll allow us to select more than one insurer at a time. So I've selected one, and then I'm holding down the Control key to select a couple other insurers there too. So then we'll go ahead and execute that campaign. And we see that 63 patients had been found. So then we can take a look at those selected patients and then print off our letters using that print button. Thank you for joining me for this marketing mini session. If you have any questions, please give us a call or send in a support ticket.